Hello everyone, welcome to Career Training Solutions. We are at session 4 of clocks, and in this session we will be discussing some challenging questions on clocks, which is time gaining and losing concept. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, I have included the links in description. Just have a look at it to understand the problem solving techniques of clocks. Let's enter into our first question. The minute hand of a clock overtakes the hour hand at intervals of 65 minutes of the correct time. How much a day does the clock gain or lose? So this type of question is really challenging, so you need a basic understanding. And we know both the needles of the clock will intersect at every 65 5/11 minutes, which we discussed in one of our previous sessions. Both the needles will intersect at every 65 5/11 minutes once. But here both the needles are intersecting at 65 minutes. So here we can say for every 65 minutes the clock is gaining 5/11 minutes. Right, because it have to intersect at 65 5/11 minutes only, but it is intersecting at 65 minutes itself. So here this 5/11 minutes is fast, right? So we can say at 65 minutes the clock is gaining 5/11 minutes extra. Now what we have to find, how much a day does the clock gain or lose? So the clock gains how many minutes in a day? So in 65 minutes, if it gains 5/11 minutes, in 24 hours, so 24 hours means how many minutes? 24 into 60 minutes. So in 24 into 60 minutes, it gains how many minutes? This is our question. So when we cross multiply that, we will get the answer. So while cross multiplying, we get question mark equal to 5/11 into 1/65 into 24 into 60. So 5 into 24 into 12, we get 1440. So 11 into 13, we get 143. So 10 into 143, we get 1430. So remainder 10. So write these values in mixed fraction. You get 10 by 143 minutes. See, if in 65 minutes, if it gains 5/11 minutes, in a day it will gain 10 by 143 minutes. So this becomes our answer. Hope you understood the problem. See, you need more practice to understand this type of problems. So practice similar type of problems. Now moving to second question. A watch which gains uniformly is 5 minutes slow at 8 o'clock in the morning of Sunday, and it is 5 minutes 48 seconds fast at 8 p.m. on the following Sunday. When was it correct? See, by Sunday, on first Sunday, by 8 o'clock or 8 a.m. it was 5 minutes slow. So 5 minutes slow in the sense it displays 7 o'clock and 55 minutes and 00 seconds. On the next consecutive Sunday at 8 p.m. See, it is not 8 a.m. it's 8 p.m. right? First Sunday it was 8 a.m. In second Sunday it was 8 p.m. 8 p.m. it was 5 minutes and 48 seconds fast. So it will show 8 o'clock, 5 minutes and 48 seconds. So definitely in between the first Sunday and second Sunday, the clock would have shown the correct time. So you have to find exactly at what time it's shown the correct time. So really it's a simple concept. See, from first Sunday to second Sunday, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. it's 7 days and 12 hours. So 7 days means 168 hours. So 168 plus 12, it's 180 hours. Right, so the concept is really simple. Now see, from in 180 hours it gained totally how many minutes? It was actually 7 o'clock and 55 minutes. On the consecutive Sunday it displays 8 o'clock, 5 minutes and 48 seconds. See, in 180 hours it gained 10 minutes and 48 seconds. Right, from 7:55 to 8 o'clock 5 minutes and 48 seconds, it gained 10 minutes and 48 seconds in 180 hours. Now to display the correct time, it have to gain only 5 minutes, right? Because it was 5 minutes slow. So if it gains 5 minutes, it will show exact correct time, right? So you have to find that correct time. So in 10 minutes and 48 seconds, see, you can write this 10 minutes and 48 seconds as, so 48 seconds can be written as 48 by 60, right? So 10 minutes and 48 by 60 minutes in 180 hours. Now we have to find, so 5 minutes will be gained in how many hours? So when you cancel, you get 4 by 5. So 10 4 by 5. So I am writing here 10 4 by 5 minutes. So 10 4 by 5 minutes can be written as 5 into 10 50, 50 plus 4 54. Right, so it's simply 54 by 5. So when you cross multiply, you get question mark equal to 180 into 5 by 54 into 5. So when you cross, you get 18th table 10 times. So 10 into 5 into 5 you get 250, 250 by 3. 3 times 9, remainder 1. So you can write in this way, 83 1 by 3 hours. See, 83 1 by 3 hours after 8 am, it displays the correct time. So 83 1 by 3 hours means, see, in 83 hours we have 72 hours. So 72 hours is nothing but 3 complete days. So 72 plus 11 you get 83. 11 hours. So you have 1 by 3 hours separately. So you can write this 1 by 3 hours as 1 by 3 into 60 minutes. So which is nothing but 20 minutes. 3 days, 11 hours and 20 minutes after 8 am of the first Sunday, it displays the correct time. See, 3 days after Sunday will be Wednesday. On Wednesday, 11 hours after 8 am will be 7 o'clock, right? So 7 o'clock and 20 minutes PM, right? So on Wednesday 7:20 PM, the time displayed in the clock will be correct time. So which is 7:20 PM. Hope you understood the problem, right? A clock is set right at 8 am. The clock gains 10 minutes in 24 hours. What will be the true time when the clock indicates 1 PM on the following day? See, on first day at 8 am, the clock is set right. On first day at 8 am, the clock is set right. But for every 24 hours, it gains 10 minutes, 10 minutes extra. So instead of 24 hours, it displays 24 hours and 10 minutes. See, on this way, on second day, on clock, it's displaying as 1 PM. So this 1 PM is not the correct time, because for every 24 hours, it gains 10 minutes extra, right? So in this way, it's displaying 1 PM on the second day. So we have to find at what time it is displaying 1 PM. At what correct time it's displaying this 1 PM, because this 1 PM is the wrong time. We know this 8 am is correct time. Due to 10 minutes gaining, it's displaying 1 PM on the second day. Now we have to find the correct time for the wrong time displayed 1 PM. Now the concept is really simple. From 8 am to 1 PM, it's 29 hours. From first day 8 am to second day 1 PM, it's 29 hours. So this 29 hours is not actually the correct time, right? So it's not actually the correct gain. So we have to find exactly at what time it's displaying 1 PM. Now instead of 24 hours, it shows 24 10 by 60 hours. So we can convert this 10 minutes as 10 by 60 minutes. So when you cancel this, 6 into 24, 144, 144 into 1, 145 by 6 hours. See, instead of 24 hours, it shows 145 by 6 hours. Now this 29 hours is actually wrong time, right? So this 29 hours need to be put at the place of 145 by 6 hours. So instead of this 29 hours, it have to show what time? This is our question. So this is correct time and this one is wrong time. So when you cross it, you will get the question mark equal to 29 into 24 into 6 by 145. So 29 into 5 we get 145, 24 into 6 we get 144 by 5. So 2 times 10, 44, again 8 times 40, remainder you have 4. So when you write this in mixed fraction, you get 28 4 by 5 hours. Due to the clock gains 10 minutes for every 24 hours, instead of 28 4 by 5 hours, it gained 29 hours, that is 12 minutes extra. So we can convert this 4 by 5 hours as minutes, right? So 4 by 5 into 60. So when you cancel it, you get 12. So 12 into 4, 48. So 28 hours and 48 minutes is the correct interval between 8 am and the correct time. But due to the 10 minutes gain, it's displaying 29 hours. So 28 hours and 48 minutes after 8 am will be 12 o'clock and 48 minutes on the second day. So this becomes our answer. Hope you understood the problem. This type of problem is really difficult. So you have to practice more problem on this model to gain a concept, a clear picture about how the problem is working. Now moving to question number 4. What is the area of face of a clock described by its minute hand between 9 am and 9:35 am if the minute hand is 10 centimeter long? So we have to find the area the needle covered. Now we know the circle is, this clock is a circle shaped structure, right? So from 12, 3, 6 and 9. So at 9 o'clock, the minute needle will be pointing to 12 and hour needle will be pointing to 9. So from 9 to 9:35, right? So here the hour needle to cover, minute needle need to cover this complete region up to 9, up to 7, right? So it need to cover the complete circle, and we know the minute needle radius is 10 centimeter, minute needle length is 10 centimeter, which is nothing but the radius. So here what we are going to find, exactly here we are going to find the sector of the circle. We know the formula to find sector of the circle is pi r square theta by 360 degree. Now here the minute needle moves 6 degree per minute. In 35 minutes, from 9 to 9:35, it's 35 minutes, right? So in 35 minutes, it will cover 210 degrees. So we know the pi value is 22 by 7 and radius of this needle is 10 centimeter, 10 into 10 into 210 by 360. So when you cross it, you will get the answer 0 and 0, and here you have 7 at bottom, right? 3 times. So when you cancel this, you get you get 550 by 3. So when we solve, you get 1 times 3, 25, 3, 8 times 24, 0 and 3 times 9, remainder 1. So 183 1 by 3 centimeter square. So 183 1 by 3 centimeter square is nothing but area covered by this needle from 9 am to 9:35 with the minute needle 10 centimeter long. Hope you understood the problem, right? So to solve this type of problem, you need the basic idea about the concept of circle. So we know area of circle is pi r square and area of the sector is pi r square theta by 360 degree. So when you know this formula, you can easily put up these values to gain the answer. Now moving to question number 5. A watch becomes fast by 5 minutes every day. By what percentage does it becomes fast? So this question is based on percentage. See, a watch becomes 5 minutes fast every day. So the clock is gaining 5 minutes, right? So 5 minutes is the gaining time, and we know every day we have 24 hours. Now when you multiply this by 100, your answer goes wrong, because at numerator you have minutes, in denominator you have to convert these hours to minutes. So into 100. So when we solve this, you will get the answer. So simple, it's 12. So it's simple, you get 25 by 72. So 25 by 72 percentage. So the watch gains 25 by 72 percentage every day. So this becomes our answer. So this type of question is really simple, but you can expect this type of question in puzzle models. Now moving to last question of the session. There are two clocks both set to show 10 p.m. on 21st January 2010. See, on 21st January 2010, both the clocks are displaying 10 p.m. on its needle. 10 p.m. on the first watch and 10 p.m. on the second watch. One clock gains 2 minutes in an hour. So this clock gains 2 minutes in 1 hour. And other clock loses 5 minutes in an hour. So this clock loses 5 minutes in 1 hour. Then by how many minutes do the two clocks differ at 4 p.m. on 22nd January 2010. See, now it's 21st January, right? So 21st January 2010 at 10 p.m. both the clocks are showing correct time. By 22nd January 2010 by 4 p.m. both the clocks will differ by how many minutes? This is our question. See, from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. so we can assume another clock which shows correct time every time. So from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. in 1 hour, this clock gains 2 minutes extra. So it will display 11 o'clock and 2 minutes. So this clock will lose 5 minutes. So it will display 10 o'clock and 55 minutes. See, from 10 p.m. to 4 p.m. See, from 10 p.m. to next day 4 p.m. it's how many hours? 18 hours. See, in 18 hours, this clock will gain 2 minutes in 1 hour. So totally in 18 hours, it will gain 36 minutes. So instead of 4 p.m. it will display 4:36 p.m. Now this clock loses 5 minutes every hour. So in 18 hours it will lose 90 minutes. So 90 minutes is nothing but 3 hours. So instead of 4 p.m. it will display 1 p.m. Now look at the difference between first watch and second watch. So it shows 1 p.m. and second watch shows 4:36 p.m. From 1 p.m. to 4:36 p.m. it's totally 126 minutes. So 126 minutes is difference between both the clocks at 4 p.m. on 22nd January 2010. Hope you understood all the problems of this model, right? Definitely this type of problems is little complex only. You need more practice to understand or gain knowledge on clocks. So practice a lot.